I'm not seeing any errors, so what is the problem exactly? Ah, perfect. Now it's actually working. Nice. All right, so hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say hello. If you are joining me now, tell me. Oh, so is it already morning on your side, Yusuf? Okay, that's quite interesting. Hello, Zahir Khalid. Yes, or is it Khalid? Hello, hello there. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. How are you doing today? How's your day going so far? How's your Wednesday? Are you usually busy on a Wednesday? Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Nice. All right, today we have some interesting questions to answer, of course. We have a warm-up little game that we will start with, inshallah, to test your vocabulary a little bit. And I thought I would also bring you some idioms. Well, maybe one idiom or two. Thank you, Tsunade. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing well. So I thought to myself that, okay, I would bring you some idioms that are not quite that common. And also, hopefully, we try to have some fun with those. Like, we try to give some examples. And as I said, we'll do a little challenge as well with words. Okay, some mystery words. Thank you, Tsunade, again. Thank you for your support. So with the challenge of the words, I'll be describing the words for you, and hopefully you try and you actually guess the words. Basically, that's the idea. And yeah, as always, later on today we're going to invite some people up here to the panel, and we try to have some conversations. We ask some questions, and yeah, hopefully we get some different opinions on different things. Yes, let's go and have some fun in this live stream, everybody. In the meantime, let's try to tap on screen, guys, please. Thank you very much. It's very important. It helps with the reach. Please also don't forget to share the live with your friends, those who are curious or interested in learning the language. It would help me a lot. I really appreciate that. So if you could do that for me, that would be great. So don't forget to keep tapping on screen, to like the live stream. It's fun, when you like the live, you get to see your name up here in this list right here. So you do that. We are also live on Kick, and we are live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. So there we go. And I think I'm gonna also show. Yes. So that everybody can see the chat. Yes, welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. We'll wait a little bit for people to show up. In the meantime, tell me, how is your Wednesday going? Or how was your Wednesday? Was it a busy day? Did you have a lot of things to do? Or didn't you have anything to do at all? Did you have your dinner? What are you up to at the moment? Are you getting ready to go to bed? What time is it in your country, in your region? Let's talk a little bit. Send me a comment. Tell me about that. Let's talk a little bit before we start with our challenges and also with our live stream. Yes. Hello, hello. Who is here? Oh, quite some passive people that I got here watching. Come on, guys, don't be shy. Say hello in the chat. Say good evening. Say something. Practice your English. Let's go. I know. I'm familiar with that. I'm aware that we have some people from Algeria already, and we also have others from different places of the world. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. here. I suppose that it's probably 11 in Egypt, and probably I don't know, like maybe even 12 in Saudi Arabia, 1 a.m. maybe in the UAE, and so on. I like your accent. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. FGG9. Yes. How advanced are you? Are you learning the English language as well? Are you facing difficulties, challenges? You can go ahead and share with me. No problem. Again, this is the whole point of doing the live stream. The whole point of doing the live stream is to interact with English learners, English speakers, whatever. So those who are already familiar with the English language, those who can speak the language, they will, they will speak, no problem. And those who are not familiar with the English language, well, they get to listen and hear us talk and have some fun as well. I believe that I'm using very simple words. I believe that my pace is slow so that everybody can follow up. I don't know how to learn. Well, it depends on you. It depends on you. If you are disciplined, if you're serious, if you have time to learn, then we can absolutely think of a strategy to help you out. No problem. All right. Here we go. Let us start with a little warm-up. Let's start with a little challenge, okay, to get things started, to maybe get the comments moving a little bit, to shake things a little, and then we can move on. So what I'm about to share with you guys, are... Yeah, no problem. We can do that, Rahman. Sure, no problem. I will share with you some tips later. So... can you just listen to what I'm about to tell you guys? We'll start with something simple. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for the vocabulary that you know. Hello, Shuaib. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. All right, we'll start with the challenge, as I said. So basically, I will say to you a description of a word and or something like an object, okay, that we use somewhere. I'll be specific, okay, just to help you a little bit, just to make sure that I help you a little bit. So I'm going to be describing objects that we find in the kitchen. Okay, I'm going to be describing them for you, and I want you to try to guess the object that I'm talking about. That's what we are going to start with. Are you guys ready for that? Let me know if you are ready for this, and we'll get started. Let's go. Who's ready for this? Let me know that you are actually ready to participate in this one. And I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it a little challenging in a way. Oh, okay. So somebody's answering. It was great. I spent some quality time with my kids, and it's nighttime now. They're already asleep. That's amazing. If they're already asleep, that means you have a little bit of time to spend with us here and to practice. Okay, everybody seems to be ready. All right, let's go on ahead. I'm going to describe the first word. Okay, I'm going to describe the first object. I shouldn't really refer to them as words because some of them contain more than one word. So I'll be describing the first object, and I want you to do your best to guess this one. It's not going to be easy. But at least you can try. So here's the first one. And again, these objects can be found in the kitchen. All right, in the kitchen. So maybe dudes, if you don't go to the kitchen, you're going to be having some difficulties in this one. However, maybe girls can guess these easily. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. Okay. So this one little object is a small plastic thing or a plastic device. We can say device, no problem. It's a plastic device that we use to seal or close bags to keep food, like bread, basically. Do you know when you go to the supermarket? You know when you go to the supermarket and you buy what we call a bag of bread, and usually when you find it's not really a bag of bread, it's toast. We call it toast. So anyway, it comes in a bag, okay, like about this height. Anyway, so there is a little device that we use, usually green or blue, okay, that we use so that we can tie the bag tight and close it so that we keep the toast fresh and we keep it as it is and we don't really spoil it. It's not a plastic box. Again, it's a small plastic device. It is a small plastic thingy, all right, that we use to seal, like to really seal, and then you clip the the bag on top right there so that you keep it tight. All right, close the bags, to keep the food fresh and everything. But do you get? Sure, maybe. It's I mean, I don't know. Let's see if you can guess it or not. Clippers, I guess. But did you get the picture of what I was describing? They don't even know it in Arabic. I can imagine how you're saying, I don't even know that in Arabic. Okay. I got it. Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. So either way, you can either buy that, okay? Some people don't even need to buy that one. They can use the same plastic thing that they receive with the bag, and that would be fine. So anyway, in case you didn't know about that little device, it actually exists, and it's called a bag tie clip. A bag tie clip. Maybe I can show you a picture of that. A bag tie clip. Let me show you a picture of that. I mean, people usually don't buy those. Okay, but yeah, they're really useful. When you go to a mall or when you go to a big center mall, right? And you go inside and you go to that ground floor where you find all kinds of strange stuff. Dishes and all kinds of cups and strange stuff. So you'll find it there. It's called a bag tie clip. That's what we call it, or you can call it as a clip for bags. And it looks like this. It looks like this. Look at the side on the right. Let me just show you that. Okay, maybe. All right, let me show you what that is. So just making it smaller and yeah, here it is. There you go. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. You can find it in black, in beige, in brown, in red, whatever color you want. So that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't really know. I call it the thing. هذاك الوسمو هذاك اللي يحكموا به. That's what I call it. But in English, yes, that's how we call it in English. So there you go. Again, so let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, by the way, I'm from Algeria. That's why I'm saying it that way. So we say هذاك الوسمو اللي يغلقوا به الصاشيات الخبز هذاك. That's what we call it. You see, most of the time you don't really need to know the equivalent of that word in Arabic. So anyway, I'll give you another one that's maybe easier to guess. Okay, it's going to be easier to guess. Okay. Please, guys, just don't forget to share the live as much as you can. Also, don't forget to like. Okay, it's very important. Let's try to at least get to 10,000 as a start so that we keep the live going and fresh. Let's do that. And thank you so much for your support, guys, as always. All right, just making sure that everything is fine. Okay. Managing multiple streaming platforms, it's not easy, but it's fun at the same time. It is absolutely fun. All right. Good. Are you ready for the next one, guys? Are you ready for the next one? All right. What's important here? What's important is the description. It's the description of the thing. It's the description. That's what's important. And I want you to remember that. If you can guess, let's say the image, or if you can picture the image of the thing, and if you can understand the description, then our objective is there. Like we reach the objective, and that's exactly what we are looking for. So yeah, here's the next thing. This is another thing, object, or device that that we find in the kitchen as well, and we use it to remove the outer skin of the outer skin from vegetables and from potatoes, from carrots, or from fruits such as apples even. So we need this little device, little tool, okay, that we find in the kitchen again, and it's important that we use it to remove the outer skin of the vegetable before we use it, before we either cut it or chop it or whatever. Like the cucumber, potato, the carrot, for example. And yeah, there you go. Kevin Dave Gonzalez Eloria. That's an interesting guess. Good job. Yeah, so it's called a peeler. Wonderful. That is really wonderful. You're the only one that guessed it. So it's a peeler. And I think I tried not to use the word to peel, okay? Because here when we say to peel a vegetable, it means to remove the outer skin of that vegetable so that you can use it. So that you can use it either in cooking or in the that explains a lot then. That explains a lot. That explains a lot. Are you Arabic, man? Yes, I'm Arab. And I speak Arabic as a first language, yes, and English as a second language. And I'm also a teacher of English where I'm from. So there it is. I am an EFL teacher in Saudi. That's great. What's it like teaching English in Saudi? Is it easy, difficult? I mean, considering how people there speak Arabic, and maybe Arabic is not your first language, I'm guessing from your name, since your name is Kevin Dave Gonzalez. So that's why I'm asking. Love using the peeler. Okay, and here we go. Of course, we need to have our translators in the chat. I wonder why we need to translate this. This is so easy. We don't even need to translate it. I was wondering, why didn't you just use the word peel? Yeah, because you see, if I use the word peel, I would make it easier. I would make it a lot easier, in fact. Okay, let me think about another one. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. So this is a this is a small metal tool that we use to crush the garlic cloves. Okay, quickly and easily. This device saves you from the tedious work of mincing them by hand. So what do we call that? What do we call this device? It's an interesting device, that one. Yes. Did you guys guess it or no? Pillar? No. It's difficult. Yeah, but you got the picture, right? If you got the picture, you can just call it. Give me that thing that we use to crush the garlic with, so that we can save ourselves the trouble of mincing them. Yeah, and that's actually, I would encourage this way. I would encourage this way, to be honest with you, when you're talking about these objects and not really necessarily having to know the actual word for that. Well, thank you so much, Kevin Dave, for following. Appreciate it, and I am pleased that what I'm doing here convinced you to become a follower. Appreciate that. Hey, maybe I can invite you one day to be a guest speaker in the live stream. That would be great. We can have like some kind of a podcast where we talk about things that we do, of course, to maybe the activities, maybe objectives, maybe lessons in English. And yeah. Also, I will be answering questions. Yes, I collected some questions as well. Last live, I told you that if you have any questions or you have anything whatsoever, send it to me in my DMs. I collected some of them, and I will talk about them later. And it seemed that a lot of you really liked the story that I shared with you last time, and I'm really happy. It made me really happy. Like, some of you even told me that they had to watch the live again and to go to sleep with that story that I told. I'm really honored, and I'm really glad that I'm helping in any way. If I get like one message or two messages with people saying that, hey, they find what I'm doing beneficial, that's great. That's the objective. Hello, Dane. Welcome to the live stream. Long time no see. Yeah, we don't call it a smasher per se, but we call it a garlic press. It's a garlic press. If you want to know what that is, well, I can show you what that is. Here, garlic press. That's what we call it. So here's that device. And even if you go to Google, let me show you. So earlier I showed you. Yeah, here it is. This is the garlic press. It's right here. Here in the picture. You can see it, right? You can see it. Here's the garlic press right here. That's the idea of it. That's what you need to do, the garlic press. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Anyway, we keep going. We keep going. We keep going with another one. I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one, guys. Also found in the kitchen, and maybe it's the last one. Maybe it's the last one. All right, this is very easy, by the way. It's look, it's a device, okay, that we use in the kitchen. It's made of, how can I explain this one? How can I explain this one? Let me look at it. Let me look at a picture of it so that I can explain it to you, and maybe you can get the idea. So basically, it's a kitchen utensil, okay, made of some kind of like it's a wired loop. You see, like the wired loop, like that. Many of them, not just one wired loop, but it's just wired loops, just like that. And it is specifically designed, to blend ingredients smoothly together. And yeah, it's to mix things. If you want to do, if you want to like crack the eggs, and then you can use it to blend things together, or just to mix the eggs together. Yeah, so that's what they call it exactly. I mean, you have an unfair advantage there, Kevin, bro. I mean, you have an unfair advantage. You're being an EFL teacher. So yeah, it's an unfair advantage. So by the way, guys, that thing that we use in the kitchen to blend ingredients smooth, or to incorporate the air into a mixture, is called a whisk. And here's a fun fact. Here's a fun fact about this word in particular, whisk. Let me show you a picture of whisk so that you know what I'm talking about. All right, so here it is. Here's the whisk. Here's the whisk. And here's a fun fact about this one as well. I want to share with you a fun fact about this one. You know, the Irish people, the way that the Irish people pronounce this one is actually kind of funny because they pronounce the H before the W, and the result would be something like this, whisk. Whisk. They don't even say whisk like a normal English word. They would say something like, okay, whisk. Did you know about this? Did you know about that one or no? Did you know or did you not know about this fun fact about this word? Yes. So the Irish people, they have a way when it comes to pronouncing words that have WH in them. So they sort of do the H before the W. They sort of say the H before the W, like, what are you talking about? What is your name? Yeah. This is a whisk. This is a whisk. And they don't really say it as, okay, whisk, like a normal English speakers would say it. So that's just a fun fact. Yeah, so do you want another one? Or like that's it? Let's see. I mean, look, the most important thing about this activity, my objective behind this is for you to activate your imagination. It's to turn on your imagination. It's to start imagining things. It's to start listening to my words as I'm describing the item, and also even looking at me, at the way that I'm describing, so that you can imagine the thing and not think about it in a translation manner, in a translated way. Okay? You think about it in an English way. So you think about the definition. I'm giving you the definition. I'm giving you the description of that tool or of that device. And what you are doing is that you are inside your imagination. You are thinking about this particular tool, and you're trying your best to make sense of the words that I'm saying in English and not in Arabic or in French or in any other language. And this is why it is very important to learn English in this way and not in a translated way. That's the whole point of this activity. I'll give you another one. I'll give you another description, okay, of a tool, and I want you to, again, activate your imagination and think about the word. If you got it, just type yes, I got it. You don't have to know the exact name of this device or of this tool, but just tell me that, hey, I got it. I got it. No problem. So this is a tool as well that we use in the kitchen. Now, the interesting part about this tool is that we use it for gripping or lifting objects like food, for example, that's really hot. Think about it this way. Let's say maybe you're boiling some eggs, and after 10 maybe minutes, you want to check if the eggs are ready or not ready. Of course, you can't reach with your hand, with your bare hand, and pick it up. No, that would be too hot. So we use this little device, okay? And we grab that thing, all right? And we pick it up and then take it maybe to the sink for cold water, and then we see if it's ready there or not. That's the idea. So we use it for gripping, for gripping and lifting. So this is to lift, okay? Instead of holding them directly with your hand, okay? They are especially useful for turning food in a frying pan. For example, if you're, I don't know, if you're frying, let's say, chicken, or something like that, escalopes, for example, you can just flip them just like that. Tweezers, yes, they're like tweezers, but not exactly tweezers. The tweezers are for something else. They're not for the food. The ones that the one device that we use for the food is called something else. But I think you got the idea, Sherry. Yeah, you got the idea. It's not a fork. Again, it's not a fork. This one doesn't have these like pointy edges, to get something. All right, great. So yeah, So again, with the fork, like a fork cannot really grip something. You need to maybe pierce that little thing, and then you pick it up. Okay, so that's the idea of this device. Did you get it? And I see that some of you are already saying yes, we got it. So that's amazing. That's really great. I'm happy that you got that one. You got that one. That's really great. It means that hey, your English understanding is very good. It's really, really good. Hello and welcome. Welcome, SA. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. So, by the way, clamps, I'm not sure. Maybe we call them differently, but anyway, I think the name is not important. No, it's not a clamp, because what I get here for a clamp, no, that's not what I'm describing, brother. That's not what I'm describing. This is a clamp, and unfortunately, this is not what I'm describing. So I'm describing something else. Wait, let's make this a little bigger so that you can see the whole thing. Yeah. Give me a second. So again, you mentioned clamps, but it's not clamps. So let's type this instead. Tongs. Yeah, this one. That's the one I'm talking about. This is the one. This is the one, guys. There you go. So this is the tool that I was telling you about. So with this one, what you are doing is that you're kind of like gripping the stuff with this one, and then you're picking up the food from the pan that's very, very hot. So yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. Do you like when I show you a picture of the thing? Is it better that way? Is it clear, by the way, when I show you that? I'm using the studio, so for this particular purpose, for that one. All right. Yeah, so that's it. I guess this is everything in regards to the words of today that I picked for you. If you want, yeah, no problem. I can do something similar to this in the next live, inshallah. We can change the place. We can maybe go to the park, or go to a factory or something like that, and we try to describe the things that we find there, and you learn a few words. So what's the important thing that we can take from this little activity? It's a simple activity, but think about the benefits of this one. You are able to understand words just by reading the description, or just by listening to their description. So, for example, one day, if you are stuck at naming the tool, or at naming the particular device that we find in the kitchen, for example, you can just start describing it. Hey, excuse me, could you please hand me that little thing that we use to grip the food from the pan if it's very, very hot? So that we don't reach out for it with our bare hands. Yeah, this is something. This is something that you can use instead of trying to translate. Okay, can you give me this is the scenario of when you are actually thinking of the word. Can you give me I know it. I lost the word. Can you give me I lost the word. That's what some people do. So instead of doing this, you can actually describe the word instead. And hey, it's useful. It's the same. You don't need to name it. Even in Arabic, guys, believe me, even in Arabic, when we try to talk to some people, to our family members, or to friends, or to neighbors, or whatever, we try to talk to them about the different things that we use in our daily lives. We actually tend to forget the names of these things. I can guarantee you that I have no idea what we call this little device that I showed you earlier in Arabic. I have no idea what it's called in Arabic, but I know it in English. Believe me when I say this. I have no idea what to call this in Arabic. And if you know, go ahead. Go ahead and tell me, what do we call this one in Arabic? I have absolutely no idea. And I don't think I need to know how we call this one in Arabic. I don't even think that we need to know that. It's not important, because what's important is you know the function of this little device. You know what you do with this little device. So yeah, there you go. When you ordered a lid from the coffee shop, guys, do you know what is a lid? Oh, here we go. Like, here we go. Maklat. Are you sure it's maklat, not milkat? Are you sure? I mean, because it sounds weird the way that we say it like that. Okay. Anyway, it is what it is. So, yeah, exactly. I thought the same. Yeah, I thought the same. It's milkat, not miklat. Miklat. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. Imagine milkat. Wait, miklat. Yeah, that's what they said. Okay, great. Where did I study? Okay, I studied at the University of Brothers Menturi Constantine I, and I had the best teachers there. That's what I studied. What is your favorite lesson in English? Oh, that's an interesting question. My favorite lesson in English. Taqlam. Okay, here we go. That's another one. My favorite lesson in English. To be honest with you, I never really thought about this question. I never thought about this one. Favorite lesson? Why is it important to talk about favorite lesson? But I mean, look, I wouldn't phrase it as what is your favorite lesson. I would phrase it as what is an important lesson in English to learn. And I'll tell you about something. An important lesson, let's say, one of the important lessons that you can learn in English, I'd say phrasal verbs. I definitely say phrasal verbs. Now, hear me out. I don't want to say you have to memorize all the phrasal verbs that exist in the English language. No, that is not what I'm saying, okay? But what I'm saying is that it is really important to learn how to use phrasal verbs in this in the language. What is your manager? I don't understand your question, Osama. I don't understand your question. Can you please rephrase it, maybe? So again, with phrasal verbs, I don't want you to memorize any of them, of course, but I just want you to know how to use them. Just how to use them. Like, for example, you don't want to use a verb, then a pronoun, and then like a verb, the preposition, and then a pronoun. Like, for example, say pick up it, or pick up him, or something like that. I don't want you to use these structures because these are wrong, and these are some of the errors that I notice with my students. So you want to say something like, okay, pick the TV up, or pick up the TV, or pick up the pen, pick the pen up, something like that. So that's the idea. Phrasal verbs are very important, okay, and it's really important to know how to use them, and not necessary to memorize every single phrasal verb that exists in the English language, because that would be impossible to do. And by the way, sometimes the gesture would be more than enough to convey the meaning of what you're trying to say. So yeah, just learn the grammar of it. You don't need to learn every single phrasal verb that's out there. Maybe just learn 5 of them and try to use them from time to time, and that's it. As my personal teacher, is that possible, teacher? Yeah, sure, no problem. Just reach out and I'll tell you how we can make that possible. An example of that would be, please hang up your coat. Don't leave it on the bed. Please hang up your coat. Don't leave it on the bed. Yeah, that's one example. That's one example of doing that. There's another one. Like, for example, we can say, put your books away. When we say put your books away, for example, we can say that We are trying to say that I want you to take those books and put them where they need to be, in the right place. So that's another example. Like if you have books that are all over the place, like me when I was at university, I used to have like papers and books and everything on the floor. So if it's not on the floor, I mean, I don't think that I would know how to revise or study for my exams. I need them all on the floor. Yeah. So put on your shoes. Yeah, that's great. Put on your clothes. That's also great. قال هي تقريبا 109 فعل فاحفظوه أفضل. هل هذا صحيح? I mean, who has time today to memorize 109 verb? You don't need to. I can tell you right now that if I start checking the number of phrasal verbs that I know, I don't think that I would reach 50 of them, to be honest with you. You don't really need... Again, the point of speaking is not in memorizing. It's in your ability, for example, to describe what you want to do or what you want to say or the things that you want to use. If you have that ability to convey meaning, regardless of what language you use, regardless of which words that you use, it's fine. You don't really need to know everything. And you can just ask, hey, excuse me, so what do you mean by that? It's fine to ask about these things. What do you mean by that? What's that? I don't know what you're talking about. So just hang the jacket. Yeah, it would make sense. For me, it would make sense. I would understand you 100% because sometimes the gesture would understand would make sense for this one. So I say something like, "Hey, please just hang the coat." It would be like if we talk about the literal meaning, it would be a little weird. But again, if we talk about the gesture, I mean, I would understand that quite easily. It's not really a big deal, so it's fine. The correct way to say it is hang up the coat or the jacket or whatever. But again, if you just say hang, I would understand it. But it means like to, you know what I mean. About something, can I ask it? Yes, sure. You can go ahead and ask it. You can go ahead and ask it. Okay, I have another question here in my DMs. Have you ever thought about the age of retirement? Have I ever thought about the age of retirement? Well, sure. I mean, I hope, or I wish that I could retire at the age of, at this age, honestly, but it's not possible. So, yeah. All right, so the verb get comes with a lot of different prepositions like get in, get out, get away. Yes, that is true. That is true. And again, not every native speaker is using those. So you will find that maybe one native speaker is using a few of them, another is using others, but to know them all, I doubt it. I doubt it. I tried an online test from a website called EFSET. Is it English First, maybe? I don't think it's EFSET. I think you're talking about English First. I got C1. Any ideas about it? I have no idea what that is. But I would say don't trust those. Like, don't just trust any free test that you get on the internet. Because what is C1? We need to know, like, what is C1? You're talking about this C1, B2, B1, and I always talk about this. I always talk about this. When you say to me that I'm C1, what comes to my mind is the criteria that exist for a C1. And if you look at that, if you look up that one, let me show you how you can figure that out. Maybe I can find it here somewhere. I mean, we can talk about. I mean, we can ask Google. Let's ask Google. Let's ask Google, guys, and I'll explain to you what I mean by that. So here we go. Like here's what you could do. So you can just come to Google. I'll show you how to do that. Come to Google, right? Wait, really? Here we go. Let's go to Google, guys. And we type here, what does it mean? What does it mean to be a C1? What does it mean to be a C1 in English? So let me just put myself to the side and we can read it together. So being a C1 in English means that you are an advanced, proficient user of the language under... no. Okay, that's not important. That's not what we need. We need the speaking part. Yes. You are able to express your ideas fluently and spontaneously without constantly pausing for words. Use the language effectively for business or higher education. Write clear, well-structured, and detailed text on complicated topics. Control organizational patterns, connectors, and cohesive devices in writing. Can you do that? You can just compare. You can just compare yourself to that. So you can go to any AI, right? So what are the skills? What are the language skills of someone who is a C1? Okay. And then in speaking, for example. And you can compare what you can do with the criteria that you find there. If you see yourself able to do those things, then yes, you are C1. If you don't see yourself able to do those things, then, well, I'm sorry to tell you this, you are not a C1. And if you are, honestly, that's really amazing. I'm really proud of you for that. But yeah, again, I can see myself up there. Yep. Okay, great. Yeah, fantastic. That's really amazing. And may I know what you do for for a living, and what did you do to get there? Did you live in an English speaking country or something like that? Did you? Have you ever considered joining the military service? Joining the military? Really? I'm 26. Yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing. The military. Have I ever thought about joining the military? What a question. What a question, guys. I don't understand why you're asking me such a question, but okay, I promised I will answer, so I will answer every little question that I get. So, the military. When I was 14 years of age, I thought to myself, okay, if I were ever to get a PlayStation, or if I were ever to get a good PC, then I would need to find a way to make money. And in order for me to make money, I need to either get a job or go to the military to make easy money. I considered that. I really considered that as one possibility, to make money so that I could get the things that I wanted, right? And of course, during those times, times were tough. Those times were tough. We didn't really have the ability to get anything that we wanted, so we had to manage the money that we owned. So anyway, I thought that would be the best possible scenario for me to get the things that I wanted, and I would go there for a while, right? And and I make a little bit of money, and that's it. I'd be rich enough at least to buy something. But growing up, I started to change my mind, and eventually I just wanted to get it over with. I just wanted to do the military service and then move on. Not joining the military forever, just the military service and then move on, because it was just a hurdle in my life. So back in 2019, I received the third order to go to the military, of course, to do the military service. I decided to just pack my things and go. Why? Because there was no running away from this. I needed to be free. I needed to do things on my own. And some of the things that I wanted to do required that I actually pass my military service. So 2019, I picked up my things and went to Al-Harrach, to Algiers, to Al-Harrach in particular. And as I was going there, everything was fine. Everything was fine. I was okay with this decision. I said to myself the entire road, okay, you know what? This is good. This is good. It's okay. I'm going there. I'm going there, but I'm going there to earn my freedom. I'm going there to earn my freedom. Brother to a brother, I feel I've seen you before. Yeah, sure. Tell me, bro. Like, where are you from? Where are you from? And we can say whether we met before or not. So anyway, you're from India. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So anyway, again, as I was on the bus, I decided to go there at night. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. I don't know. I have no idea what I was thinking. I went there at night, and I didn't have a good experience on the bus at night. It wasn't a good experience at all. Well, I mean, it's tiring. Like, it's nighttime. You want to go to bed. Like, you want to sleep. Sorry, and you want to get like a shut eye for just 5 minutes or 10 minutes together, and then wake up to deal with whatever it is that you have to deal with. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because there were a lot of bumps on the road, and even the people that were there on the bus, they were talking out loud. There was somebody behind me listening to loud music, another one talking to their family, and another one just sleeping and snoring, and all kinds of crazy things were happening on the bus. And I was there. I was there. So I finally got to Algiers. I have no idea where I was, to be honest with you, but I saw like a little cafeteria. So I went in. I decided to just have my breakfast and take my time. And wait, until 8 o'clock, right? 8 a.m. And then I would just go to the military sector where I was sent. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. So anyway, as I was approaching that military base, to be honest with you, I started to regret my decision. I started to have these strange feelings in my stomach. I didn't really know where they were coming from, but I didn't like that. I just didn't like that. I met some people there, like they were circling around, and the gates were closed, and I assumed that it just wasn't open. So I saw some people there. I decided to go there and ask them, and just maybe stay with them for a little bit, talk to them a little bit, just to ease the pain of having to go to that place. So I was like, "Excuse me, guys, like, are you also summoned here for the military service?" And Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I do these things on purpose. Like, I share stories on purpose because I'm trying to show people how to use English structures so that you can tell a story. How to use the past simple, how to use these modal verbs like would and so on, so that you can tell a story. So I went to that group of people and I asked them, so are you also summoned for the same purpose here for the military service? And they said to me, yeah, it's the same purpose for us as well. So we waited and we waited and we waited, and finally, they called upon us and they said, "Okay, you're allowed to come in now." We went inside, and they had us sitting down in a circular shape, and we were approaching one dude. I don't even know what to call him. Like, to call him maybe the gate guard or the I don't know what rank he was, because I don't know the ranking system in the military. I have no idea. Okay, so the guy was responsible for opening, closing the door, and making sure that nothing get past him without a notice, without some sort of a pass that you get from elsewhere. Otherwise, nothing goes out, nothing comes in. But for us, when we went inside, it was like, that's it. It was over for us. There was no going back. There was no going back. And he said it to us himself. He said it like, now that you're in, congrats. No going out. And I started thinking about that. I started thinking of that movie, the movie Get Out. I started imagining scenarios like, okay, maybe it's not too late for me to get back, because I'm not liking this situation out. That's what I was thinking to myself. And so finally it was my turn. All right. So can I see your ID? Okay, here's my ID. Okay. And where did you study? I studied there. Okay. So here's what you need to do. You need to go to this little room right here, and you need to open your bags and allow the officers there to search things there. And then you go to the other officer for a quick frisking. Do you know what is to frisk somebody? Do you know what it means to frisk? Do you know it or no? Do you know what it means to frisk? Let me write it in the chat. Maybe you need to know it. So to frisk is that the officer would use their hands, right, to see if I have anything illegal, or I don't know, like to search for stuff, especially when I'm wearing clothes. You know, that was the idea. So that they would search you and stuff before you go inside. That's the idea. So they searched us all, and then we went to another room where we had like these closets with numbers, and we have to yes, exactly, that's the thing, just to see if we were holding any illegal stuff. I mean, I had nothing on me, so I had these chains though, because, you know, I read a post on Facebook that said, hey, you need like a chain this length, and you need to have that with you. You need also a lock, because, you know, the closets there, they don't have a lock, and you need that chain with a lock, and people there can take your things. And yeah, I read all kinds of crazy things on Facebook. And to be honest with you, I wasted my time, because the officer did this. Like, he picked up that chain that I got with me and threw it away. He said, you don't need that. If you want it, as you're coming out, maybe 3 months from now, you can pick it up. And when he said 3 months from now, it's like, wow, whoa, hold on a second there. Hold on a second. I'm not planning to stay here for a long time. He said, well, sucks to be you. Anyway, so we went to another room where they had us like pick numbers. Pick a number. I remember I had number 27. And you would put your stuff there. You'd put your stuff there, and hello, Sumaya, welcome to the live stream. So you put your stuff there, and then you keep a copy of that number. So you give it away to the officer there, and you keep a copy of that number. Not the key, the number. Just the number. If you lose that number, you lose all your things. So that's the rule there. If you lose that number, you have nothing. You have nothing. You came in with nothing. And it's your fault, by the way. It's your fault if you lose that number. So for me, I had like a satchel. Do you know what is a satchel, guys? Does anybody here know what is a satchel? A satchel. Do you know what is a satchel? Do you know what is a satchel? Also no? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. So a satchel is like, it has this, how do I explain it? So it's a bag, right, with a long strap. It has like a long strap, and then you have this bag with two zippers, right? One on top and one in the bottom. Okay, or just one like that flips open like this, and or flips closed like that. So anyway, I had a satchel, so I put it in the bottom pocket of that satchel and close it up. I was like, okay, this is very important. I can't lose this, because if I lose it, well, there goes my phone and all my other stuff. So that was the idea. Anyway, we went inside, and we finally went inside. After we got inside, they needed to do a head count. You know what is a head count? I feel like every time I tell a story, I have to explain a lot of words, but that's good. That's the whole beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. So they had to do a head count. Head count. A head count. They need to do a head count. So they count us like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and until they reach 25. You lot have to go this way. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 25. You go that way. And 1, 2, 3, 25. You go that way. And then we have like these blocks, like block A, block B, block C, and so on. So I went to Block C, I remember. And there you would go to like that little office where they give you like a blanket, and basically you're going to prison. That's the idea. You're going to prison. You pick up your stuff, and then you go to a big room where you have like a lot of dudes there. I think 20, 25 in each room. So, but during that period of time, it was September, I remember. No, actually, maybe it was October. I don't remember specifically, but maybe September, October. During that period, there were a lot of people. So there were already some people in there, and they added 25. So I think the total would be 40 to 45 person in a room that only can handle or can fit 25 person. So just think about that for a second. Just think about that. So some people were sleeping on the floor, just with blankets on the floor. They were sleeping there. Some people were sharing beds as well. Like they were attached to one another, friends, attached like beds close to one another, and then they sleeping. Instead of two people sleeping in separate beds, like three people would be sleeping in two merged beds. So it was crazy. It was crazy. Some other people had to go to a warehouse nearby to sleep there. They kept some stuff there. I don't know, to be honest, what they kept there, but maybe they kept some like tables and chairs and trays or something like that. Like it's a warehouse. You know what a warehouse is. So some people had to sleep there, and I know the guy that came in with me, from Mila, he was there too. Like he slept in the warehouse, and we would meet later in the yard. So anyway, it was prison. It was prison, and I believe we stayed there from 9:30 a.m. up until 1 p.m. Yes, we stayed there until 1 p.m. They had us get out to the yard, and then what they did was, yes, you guessed it, a head count, making sure that everybody was there. Everybody was there. 25, there you go. Now you move together, and we have to move together like in an organized way. You go to the restaurant. We had lunch, or I mean, I don't even know if it was lunch or not. It was basically just water with some vegetables in it, and you eat there. You eat that with some bread, and you get back to the little space in the yard where you have to stand there, and you have to wait for your colleagues, or I don't know what to call it, or your comrades, to also stand there together, because we have to go in groups. And if someone is missing, everybody is to blame. Everybody is to blame. That's just the way it is in the military. I know the way that I'm describing it maybe sounds a bit extreme, but trust me, it's for a good reason. It's for a good reason. So anyway, after lunch, we had to go back in there, and I thought that maybe at 3 or maybe at 4 that we would be released, or maybe an update would come or anything like that. We stayed there until dinner time. We had to stay in our room, basically. I mean, I shouldn't really be calling it a room now. It's a prison cell. It was like prison. It's like going to jail. Yeah. So anyway, we went back, and we stayed there for a long time, a very long time, until dinner time. Until dinner time. It was 7 p.m. We had our dinner, same thing, and then we stayed in the yard for about 45 minutes just to wait for everybody to finish their dinner, and then we go back to the room together. Yes, unfortunately, yeah, that's what I had to go through. That's what I had to go through. Anyway, so after that, I mean, I thought to myself, okay, like that's it. That's it. I'm staying. It looks like I'm staying for a while. The next day they called us up for the doctor visit and everything. We saw the first doctor, not even the only doctor. We saw the first doctor, and he had this routine. He had this routine where he would, look at you, he would just grab your face. Imagine this. He would just grab your face and look you straight in the eyes, and then he would just turn your face like this to the right and then to the left and up and down, and then he would just try to, I don't know, just shake you a little bit just to make sure that you are in a good condition. And yeah, do you see very well? Do you have any problems? Can you jump? Can you stand on your toes? Can you do this? Can you do that? Yeah, so he was just so angry, so aggressive, so angry. He was doing everything fast. Like you could barely keep up with the things that he was trying to get you to do. So it was really crazy. And then, I said, hey, but I have like a little dossier, that contains some files, some medical files there. So I don't care about that. I believe my eyes. I don't believe something that's on a piece of paper. So anyway, yeah, he didn't even look at the he didn't even look at the stuff that I brought with me. That was the first opinion, and then we had to meet with a second doctor where we had like an interview. Have you ever been injured? Have you ever been to jail? Have you ever had some kind of disease? Hello there, Muhammad Khalid. Welcome again. So, yeah, they were asking us all these questions just to make sure that they are making the right decisions, I guess. I don't know. So that was the second and the third days there. Terrible, by the way. Those were absolutely... those days were absolutely dark, man. So the fourth day, nothing happened on the fourth day. Oh, hello there. Thank you for following. Appreciate that. So, yeah. On the... Again, so the first day, okay, the welcoming day, nothing happened. Second day, of course, the first doctor. The third day, that's the second doctor. The fourth day, nothing happened. On the fifth day, we had some decisions to be shared with us, of course. Hey, I'm from Algeria. Welcome. Nice to have you here with us. That's, I think, from Kick, I believe. Yeah, that was a notification from Kick. Yeah, by the way, in case you didn't know that, we are live on all 4 platforms: YouTube, Kick, TikTok, and also Facebook. And yeah, you can always go back to the Kick platform or to YouTube platform to rewatch what we did here. And the good thing about YouTube is that you can always ask an AI that will help you navigate everything that we talked about in this live stream. It will help you a lot. You can even watch with captions. So that's the beauty of it. Anyway, during the fourth day, nothing happened for me. There were some updates, of course, but nothing happened for my case. On the fifth day, yes, well, I was called. Do I get good at English? Get good. I don't believe that. No, nobody speaks like that if they are not that good. How do you know get good? How do you know that? Somebody who knows get good is already good at English. That's a gaming term. Yeah, I think I recognize you, man. So anyway, first day, the welcoming day. Second day, the first visit. Third day, the second visit. Fourth day, nothing happened. On the fifth day, some updates. Yes, it's included on YouTube. You can actually use that. And the sixth day, it was me going home. And you have no idea how happy I was when my name was finally called up. But the drama behind it was insane. I was really sweating. I was anticipating the name calling all day that day. And I was like, this is it, man. It's either I get called and get out, or I'm spending around 50 or 60 days there. God knows how long. So anyway, my name was on the list. So alhamdulillah, I was among the people to get out. But I got out with another letter to take with me to the military hospital that was in Constantine. And well, it was there when it was determined that I wouldn't be fit to serve. That was my story. That was my story, and I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that you got something out of it. Yeah. I hope that you got something out of it. All right. Yes, so if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to drop a hello there. If you're watching on Kick, feel free to drop a hello there as well, like Sarai did. And also, well, if you're on TikTok, let me know that you are watching me here as well. I have comments appearing everywhere, no problem. Yeah, so that was my military story. I had to spend 5 or 6 days total there. It is what it is. It is what it is. If you count that day of the transportation, then yeah, sure, 6 days. Anyway, that was the idea. Let's check out more questions, guys. More questions. Talk about idioms. Oh, God. I don't even... Do you guys like to use idioms? I don't think I use idioms. I mean, I use idiomatic expressions, but to use specific idioms, I don't... Like, what is your favorite idiom, guys? What is your favorite idiom? Do you have a favorite idiom that you use? Do you have a favorite one that you use regularly? Do you have anything at all? Well, let me just check something real quick. Yeah. Take it as a given. I was watching you. Ah, wait, water under the bridge. Yes, that's a good one. Water under the fridge. Yeah, I think you meant water under the bridge. Yes, good. I was watching you since 2019 on YouTube. Really? That's interesting. That's really interesting. I had no idea. That's great. That's really great. I remember making a lot of short videos. Oh, we have another follower on Kick. Thank you so much. Welcome to the community. It's nice to see you there. Oh, okay. I'm deciding already to use all the emojis there. Yes, Muhammad. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for following. All right, we have take it as a given. Take it as a given? What does that mean? I don't use that. يزعجون كل movie في الidioms. If I think I know a few. I think I know a few, and there's one particular idiom that I want to share with you, and I think it's really good. It's really good. Just a second. Let me just make sure that I fix this issue right here. Yeah. So I have an idiom for you, and this one is an expression. This is just for the one that without verified. Okay. This is the one that I use a lot. Okay. I use this one a lot. And it's an expression that means to make a foolish or to make a clumsy mistake. I use with my students a lot, this one. And it's to drop the ball. I guess Amin dropped the ball there. I mean, he was doing very good at speaking, but then he dropped the ball when he started using conditionals. Yes, that's the one that I use a lot. He dropped the ball when he started using the conditionals. Yeah. Drop the ball means it's he made a foolish mistake due to maybe lack of preparation or maybe not paying attention. Yeah, break a leg. That's a good one. I use that as well. It's a piece of... actually, no, it's not a piece of cake like that. It's not with an EA. It's with an IE. It's a piece of cake. Be careful with that one, SA. It's a PIECE. Piece of cake. Honestly speaking, I will be honest with you guys. I will be very honest with you. I know that I teach English for a living, but I am one of the teachers who I don't like to teach idioms. I don't like to share idioms because, well, I don't even know all the idioms because idioms are specific to the regions where they speak the language, and they don't even need to use them. There's not really a need for learning this idiom and not learning that one, or learning all other idioms, even if you don't know them, even if you don't like them. Are the frying pan and into the fire. Okay, see, that's literature to me. That's Shakespeare kind of stuff. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Okay. I don't like idioms. I'm an English teacher and I don't like idioms. I'll be really honest with you. I'll be really, really honest with you guys. So yeah, that's the thing. What's the main difference? The main differences between English and French. Why are you asking me? Of all the people, you're asking me about the main differences between English and French? What do you guys think? What are the main differences between English and French? I don't know. My French is not that good. You know, but I say this. I'll say this though. I'll say this. A lot of teachers here in my country, in Algeria, okay, and also a lot of people in Algeria, okay, find French easier and more logical. Believe it or not, they find English, okay, to be less logical than, of course, French. And I don't know why exactly, but from observing them and so on, I'd say that maybe it's related to, for example, the prepositions for feminine and masculine words, like they have le or la, like le for masculine and la for feminine. Like if you want to say ferme la porte, but it's something that English doesn't have. So English does not have one specific word for the female and one specific word for the male. There are a few words where they have this rule, but not all of them. So French, I think, has this, and maybe this one makes French logical to these people, but not English. However, English also has its own logic. And trust me, if your brain is wired in a certain way in French, I know that it can be a little bit difficult and a little bit challenging to rewire things towards the English side. But when you do that, things will make sense. Things will make sense, and it'll be a lot easier than what you think. And that's what I think, that maybe one difference between English and French. If you know more, you tell me. I don't know. Like, French is not really a language that I'm good at. I tried learning it, but not for me. It's not that I don't like French. It's just that I'm not good at it. There's a difference between not liking something and not being good at something. Not really good at it. I tried. I really tried. Yes. That's the idea. Oh, conditionals. Conditionals. Yes, that is actually something that's worth talking about. Yeah, and I think I know somebody here. Maybe, just maybe, he'll accept being part of this. Conditionals. I'll talk about those. Yeah, sure, no problem. Do you guys also find conditionals difficult? Especially conditionals type 2 and 3. You see, the idea is not about, it's not about the difficulty. The idea is about knowing the logic of something, and then you can attempt to use them and then see if it's difficult or not difficult. But the problem that I see in most of my students is that they don't even know the logic of these conditionals. They know the grammatical forms and everything perfectly, but the logic side of it, not quite much. I speak French better than English. Oh, c'est très bien, Dane. C'est très bien. I'll stick with that. I'll stick with that. Don't want to make a fool out of myself. Flower bouquet. Hello there. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, how many of you here? How many of you here have issues with conditionals type 2 and 3, and specifically type 2 and 3? Because this one question from my DMs, I think this is the last one. Yep, this is the last one that I categorized into questions fit for the live stream. Yes, you need the logic of it. You don't just need the grammar of it. That's the idea. If you're thinking about the grammar, yes, you are right. But grammar alone is not going to make you use those structures correctly. Okay. So first of all, that's why I want you to be my teacher. Hey, that's great. I'm honored, Dane. So Kautar, me, okay, I'm sharpening my English by listening to you. That's fantastic to hear as well. So I'll tell you something first. Conditionals in English are in two categories. There's the first category with real conditionals. We call them real conditionals with real situations. And they are conditional type 0 and conditional type 1. Type 0 being it for facts, present, and type 1 for possibilities and predictions. If you do this, you will get this. Okay, again, not sure, but there's a possibility for that to happen, of a real situation. Then we come to the unreal situation. The unreal situations, we have type 2 and type 3. Type 2 is related to impossible situations, and type 3 is, let's say, imagine something that happened in the past. What would be a hypothetical situation of that if it happened differently? If it happened differently, okay? And there is grammar involved in that. Do you want to know the grammar of them? I have problems in conditionals. Okay, we'll explain those. The headset, like these have it, but they're just used for any extra sounds that I get to hear so that I don't bother you with those sounds. So that I get to hear them and see what's going on, really. But I think your money would be here on this one. This is the one that I would say the best part of the setup, because it has this crisp quality for the audio. So anyway, conditionals type 2 and 3. Type 2 is an impossible situation. Okay, it's something that's not real, of course. And type 3 is a hypothetical situation. Think about something that happened in the past. What's a hypothetical situation from that? What's a hypothetical situation from that one? So anyway, starting with type 2. Let's start with type 2. Okay, let me ask you a question, and we can take it from there. Do you know what is a time machine? Do you know what is a time machine? Do you know what a time machine is, guys? Hello, Wings and KKK. Welcome to the community. Nice to have you with us. You know what is it? You know what a time machine is? Okay. What do we do with a time machine? What do we do with a time machine, guys? What do we do with a time machine? What? Hey, welcome, Wings. Nice of you to be here. It's an honor. For me, of course, to have you here. Dr. Yara, welcome to the community as well. Hello, Darin Lamy. Welcome, Roro. I think it's in science fiction movies. Yes, but what is the concept of a time machine? Go through the time? Okay, great. We travel. What we travel where? Know the time. No, it's not just about knowing the time. A time machine. It's called a time machine. So if you watch these science fiction movies, then you know it's a machine that people use in these movies to travel elsewhere, like to travel to, but not to travel to places, but to travel to a specific time. Let's say we are in 2026 and you want to travel to 2019. All you have to do is enter the date that you want to travel to, and you go there. Yes. Does a time machine exist in real life? Does a time machine exist in real life? And obviously the answer is like Sultan Ashur? No, of course not. There you go. Exactly. So that would make it an impossible situation. So think about this. If time machines existed, people would travel in time all the time. Did you get that? That's conditional type 2. Why? Because we're talking about an impossible situation. No one will ever be able to travel in time. And no one will ever be able to make or to invent or to create a time machine. It's an impossible situation. And therefore, when we speak about the conditional type 2, we have to use the past simple, okay, with would and the base form of any verb that comes after. So if time machines existed, that's past form. If time machines existed, which they don't, by the way, we don't have time machines in reality. So that's why we say, if time machines existed, people would travel in time every day. Maybe we have tourists who are going to certain places, and we have tourists who are going to certain times, traveling in the past, or maybe to the future to see what's going on. Let me repeat that one more time, just to get the idea of it. Time machines, again, they don't exist, okay? Time machines don't exist. It's an impossible situation. So if time machines existed, impossible scenario, people would be traveling in time, or people would travel in time every day, like tourists today. They're traveling everywhere, so the tourists would also be traveling in time as well. That's the idea. Okay, we have if I was an angel, I would fly to actually come into your room where you're doing the live. But again, so to talk about this one, you would say, if I were an angel, if I were an angel, Dane, that's what you would say. If I were an angel. There's that exception as well for was when it comes to talking about unreal situations. So yeah. If I had studied hard, no, that wouldn't work, because this is for conditional type 3, Sherry. That's for conditional type 3. That's for the hypothetical situation. Now, you studied, but you didn't study hard. So if I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. I would have passed the exam, not I would pass the exam. Because you're not imagining things, maybe you would have had a different outcome. A different outcome. Not an imaginary scenario, but a different outcome. That's type 3, not type 2. Be careful with that one. If I were you, I would buy, not bought, I would buy a car. Okay. Interesting. If I had more time, I would travel to see my family. Okay. So if time machines existed, guys, which time in particular would you travel to? Which time in particular would you travel to? And why? What would you do in that time period? Would you try to change the past? Would you try to change a decision that you made? Maybe? What would you do? You would travel to... But give me a sentence. It's better. It's better to use a sentence. Wings, go ahead. Try to use a sentence. Try to use a sentence. That way, it makes sense that way, and you could actually get some practice done. Yeah, let's do that. Let us do that. Can you use a sentence, please? The future, 1999, to attend my wedding, my parents' weddings. My parents' wedding, not my wedding's parents. Okay, so if I had followed you before, I would have spoken better English, actually. Okay, so Dane, again, this is conditional type 3 because you're not talking about an impossible situation. You are talking about a decision that maybe could have been different in the past, and therefore maybe the result would be different in the future as well. But it's not quite possible to do that. It's not a hypothetical situation. We're talking about an impossible situation. Okay, it's an impossible situation. Like, let me give you an example. It's like using wish. Like, I wish I had $1 million. This is an impossible scenario. I wish I had $1 million. You know, if I had $1 million, I would do something. You know, I'm not talking about something that happened in the past and maybe the outcome would be different. I'm talking about an impossible scenario. Like right now, it doesn't exist. The reality of it is that I don't have $1 million. I never had $1 million. But if I had $1 million, I would do something. So I'm creating that scenario for myself. If I had NASA equipment, I would travel. I would travel outside of the Earth just to see if the Earth is actually flat or sphere. That's what I would possibly do. If I had NASA's equipment, but I don't have NASA's equipment, I never had NASA's equipment. So if I had NASA's equipment, I would possibly travel outside of the Earth just to see if it is flat, as they say, or if it's a sphere, as lots of people say as well. So that's another controversial topic that I don't want to get into. But yeah, anyway, if I had enough money, I would buy a new one. You would buy a new house? Okay, yeah, if you say I would buy a new house, then yeah, it would work. If I could travel through time, I would go to the future just to see who I became. Interesting. That's a good example. That's an interesting one. All right. Okay, I know. If I had a boat, I would go to see the iceberg in the ocean. Yes, that's a good example, Dane. Good job. If I had more time, I would practice English every day. Yes, that's a good one. That is a good one. If times get back, I would practice English every day. Here you can't really say it that way. If I had a lot of money, I would buy a lot of Bitcoin to be rich. Interesting, Ayub. That's a very interesting example. So you wouldn't want to do anything charitable? I mean, like anything for the homeless, maybe, or for organizations that are helping people who are in need? No, you don't think that would be a good thing to do? All right, so that's conditional type 2. Did you guys get it, or you want me to give you another example? I can give you another example. But I think it's clear now. That's conditional type 2, because I think now we can move on to conditional type 3, and we can get more into this one. We can get more examples coming in. Now, let me give you a situation. If I had a superpower, I would save a lot of souls. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If I had wings, I would fly all over the world. That's a very good one. And I think we'll end it there. That's great. So for conditional type 3, think about conditional type 3 as this. Something that happened to you in the past. Okay? Something that happened to you in the past. Now, here's the thing. Now you want to imagine a different scenario other than what happened to you in the past. Okay? And what the result would have been like if you did things differently. All right? So that's the idea. And here we say, if let's say, I had a problem with my PC a few months ago. So a few months ago, I had a problem with my PC. Okay. Unfortunately, my PSU got burned. All right. And unfortunately, I lost a PSU. So if I hadn't if I hadn't replaced my PSU in time, I would have lost the entire PC, the entire desktop. Think about it. I would have lost the GPU, I would have lost the CPU, I would have lost a lot of things. Okay? So again, if I hadn't replaced the damaged PSU in time, I would have lost everything. I would have lost everything. Now, the good thing is I replaced the PSU in time. So that's amazing. Now, I'm thinking about a hypothetical situation, a different scenario to what happened in the past. So if I hadn't replaced my PSU, the PSU is the power supply unit. It's the power supply unit. So if I hadn't replaced that in time, I would have lost maybe all of my PC. And that would have been terrible. That would have been terrible. But alhamdulillah, I replaced the PSU in time and I avoided that disaster. So that's the idea. If I were more intelligent in the past, I would actually have my own business to make money. You see, you can't use it that way. You cannot use it that way. You can't say that if I were more intelligent in the past, because again, you can't really use it in that. It doesn't really make sense in a way, because you don't know that. You don't have like a fact to know whether maybe you were more or less intelligent. You can't really do that. I'm the one who replaced your PSU. Yes, thank you. I remember that. I remember that, Nadir. Normalement نجيك اليوم تاني, but I didn't get like a car, so للأسف الشديد. لا أريد أن how do you say risk it in Arabic? لا أريد أن I don't want to. How do you say I don't want to risk it in Arabic? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. لا أريد المخاطرة. Exactly. All right. So I called my brother, but my brother did not pick up. So if my brother had picked up his phone, maybe I would have brought you my PC. But my brother didn't pick up the phone. So if he had picked up the phone, maybe he would have. I would have done something and replaced the thermal paste of my CPU. But he didn't respond. So here we are. Here we are. If I were you, I would have done it. If I were you, I would do it. Because that's an imaginary situation. All right. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Hello, Ahmed. So again, let me give you another example. Let me give you another example. Yes. If I hadn't gone to Constantine to find another PSU, I would have waited an eternity in Mila without finding one. Because, well, they don't. That type of PSU does not exist here. We don't really have it where I am. It's a small city, so yeah. Anyway, that's the idea. Let me give you another one. We can use this conditional. We call it mixed conditional between type 2 and 3. No, actually, this one is type 3. There's a difference between type 2 and type 3. So type 2 is something that doesn't exist. You're creating something for yourself that doesn't exist. You're giving yourself something that doesn't exist in reality, okay? And then you're imagining if that thing existed for you, what would you do, okay? And then for the other one, for type 3, it's a hypothetical situation. You're thinking about a situation that happened to you, all right? Now you're imagining a different scenario. Let's say if you had a different scenario, what would be the result of that? Yes, that's the idea. So this is it. This is it. If the Ministry of Education in Algeria hadn't made the decision of making English important, all university English teachers wouldn't have started studying the English language. So that's the idea. if I wasn't at university, I wouldn't be able to get more knowledge. Actually, in the meantime, don't say actually. So actually is something that you want to use in the beginning of a sentence, Dane. Okay, so actually I would do this or I would do that. I think she's talking about that we can mix them. Yeah, I mean, what's the point? What's the point of mixing them? If you had called me, I would have helped you. Yeah, there we go. The thing is, I didn't call you, so I'm sorry, Wings. I didn't call. I should have called. I should have called. So these are the conditionals, and I hope that now you have a better idea. So maybe if I had started the stream earlier, maybe more people could have joined. More people could have joined, but I think because we started the live stream a bit late at 10 p.m. Algeria time, well, people are probably asleep, so they can't really watch the entire thing. So anyway, I hope that you guys have a better understanding of conditionals type 2 and 3. Remember that conditional type 2, it's something impossible, something that doesn't exist in reality. Like in reality, there's nothing of that sort. And then you're imagining, or you're creating that scenario for yourself, or you're creating that thing just for imagination. Like I say, for example, if I were a character in a video game, I would be an evil character. That's one. If I were a character in a video game, I would be an evil character. That's the idea. If I hadn't gone to university, I wouldn't have been a manager or an engineer. I wouldn't have been. Yes, if I hadn't gone to university, I wouldn't have been an engineer, Muhammad. Yes. Yeah, sure, no problem. Practice makes perfect, but also try to remember the logic of things. Try to remember the logic of things, because if you remember the logic of these conditionals, you'll be able to use them without any issues. Okay, if you were an A1 level student, what lessons would you learn first? Oh, that's interesting. That is an interesting question. Guys, what do you think? You can answer this one. This person is asking me in my DMs, is saying, if you were an A1 learner, what would you learn first? What would you learn first? That's a very interesting question. What do you guys think of that one? What can you say to the person? If you were an A1 level student, what would you learn first? If I were a guy, I think I'd be a great husband. How do you know that, Sherry? How do you know that? How do you know that? Do you even know what makes a good husband? Do you even know what that means? I mean, I don't want to say things so that... Anyway, no, I shouldn't really say things to be... that might put us in restrictions. Because, you know, TikTok takes quite heavy load of monitoring for these kind of topics. Especially topics involving men and women. I have to be very, very careful. If I kept learning English, I would be able to talk like a native. You don't need to talk like a native. Why do you need to talk like a native? You just need to talk like Ayub. You need to talk like Ayub, bro. Articles, sentence, structure, verb, subject, agreement. Yes, that is good. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, if I were an A1 level student, I would just, you know, go to the... I would just go to the CFR and just learn things one objective at a time. Just learn things one objective at a time. I wouldn't just rely on asking questions. I wouldn't just rely on YouTube or anything. I would rely on doing things correctly. Because now there's AI, and AI will always give you this answer, and you can always improve yourself by continuously comparing your level with the A1 objectives or the A2 objectives, whichever level that you are studying in. You were my English teacher at the university. It is an honor to see you. It's an honor to see you here as well, Aranya. Even though I don't remember Aranya and the university, but that's an honor as well. That's a pleasure to see you here as well. Listen, listen, listen. And the more you speak, the more you get better. Yeah, that's the idea. If you want to write better, you just need to write more. If you want to speak better, you just need to speak more. If you want to read better, you just have to read more. And that's the idea. That's the idea. The thing is, today, not a lot of people would want to put in the time and the effort for the practice. So, yeah, anyway. So just a little heads up, guys, if you are joining me late and you don't know this already, you can always check out my 2 other accounts that are YouTube and Kick. There will always be a recording of this live stream there. The good thing about YouTube is that if you wait 1 day after the live stream is posted, then you can actually interact with the AI. And there are already a lot of live recordings on YouTube, and you can interact with the AI there. You can just say to the AI, hey, give me the highlights of this live stream in bullet points. And the AI will give you all the highlights of the live stream, and then you can take those and see what you missed. And even you can even go back and watch those videos. And if you are worried about advertisements and so on, you can always go to Kick, the other platform. If you haven't, or if you don't have an account, you can always create one just to support me. I mean, come on, you can do that. It's not really a big deal. All you have to do is that you go to kick.com/theenglishNerd. Very easy. The same name as here. Also on YouTube, it's, we are live on YouTube as well. Let me see. We are live on YouTube right now. Yes, it's working fine. This is my YouTube channel. And just because we're about to end it, guys, we have to end it up. Yes, so it's right here. You can go to this website right here. If you want to check out my streams on YouTube. They're always recorded there. Also on Kick. I'm also on Kick. Yeah, here it is. And Facebook as well, if you want to join me on Facebook, no problem. So if you ever follow me in any of these platforms, I would highly appreciate that. So, yeah. Perfect. On all the platforms. You see, I can share the website of Kick. I can share the website of YouTube, but I can't share the website of Facebook for some reason. It's very strange. I don't know why I can't do that. Very strange. But, I mean, it's fine. It is okay. It's the English Nerd as well. You can just go to Facebook. You can just write the English Nerd and you'll find me there as well. So anyway, I think we stretched it long enough. It's getting late and I know that you guys want to go to bed. I know that for SA in Saudi Arabia, it's probably very, very late. It's maybe around 2 a.m. Where you are. So thank you again, guys, for joining, for taking part in this live stream. I will continue to invite English teachers all the time. If you know any English teacher and they want to join me, by all means, I would love to invite them for a debate or conversation or whatever, a podcast, anything that we can do to help out. If not, it's okay. It is okay. It is okay. I always get invites from random people here on TikTok, but I never accept them because I don't trust them. That's why. I don't trust them. Should I accept random? Some people here, the thing about TikTok is that some people who are also live, they invite me to co-host with them. And what they want to do is that they're inviting me for matches and I don't know what. And I don't like to do these things. For me, I'm here just to interact with my students. مانيش تحسيف أنا هنا. I don't like to do these challenges. I'm not here to try and prove myself or anything like that. Like my live stream is better than your live stream. لست من هذا النوع. But, you know, it seems that a lot of people enjoy this kind of stuff. But, you know, if you guys want to try this one, we can try it. Huh? There's no problem. حتى problem. If you want to have a little bit of entertainment, شوفوا شوية الحسيفة مع the other people. I have here an invite from this guy, Room. I don't know this guy. Room 4. Who's this guy? It's me, Room. I don't know you. Olivia. I don't know you. And they're inviting me for these matches. There's Harun. Okay. Hazim. Okay. You have 2 viewers, bro. Like, why do you want to challenge me? Anyway, again, I'm being very, very careful because I don't want to invite random people as well. Yeah, exactly. I don't like to do those. Man, وش الفايدة from... Okay, you guys tell me. What is the point? What is... yeah, maybe. If that's the case, then maybe I should do it more. I should do it more. But what I see is that I see 2 people, right? They are fighting, and all they want people to do is just to share and to like. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for this one. I'm not expecting anything from TikTok or anything like that. Yeah, I'm doing it for the sake of English. هذا مكان. For the sake of English. Ooh, honestly, I always get these invites, but I'm very, very, very cautious about accepting them. Very cautious. I mean, for now, I will say no to these until I check these people. Like, I don't know. Like, what if I invite someone and then between you and me, let's say they are someone who's dancing or who's doing something that's inappropriate and has nothing to do with learning English. I mean, I don't think I would want something like that to happen. So that's my reasoning. That is my reasoning. Oh, Ayoub bin Sliman, thank you so much for following. That one is on Kick. Wallahi, the fact that you went on Kick to follow me there, wallahi ta'atik sah. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. يعني صراحة, I appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Okay, great. So I think that's everything, guys. We have to wrap it up. So again, جماعة الخير, by the way, هذاك شتو هذاك كريم ثابت. You're welcome, teacher. Yes, good to have you here, brother. Ayoub. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want to do, SA. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to always check their accounts, and I see that they're doing some random things I don't appreciate, so that's why I don't want to do these things with them, because it's not good. There's someone here, guys, who's also an English teacher, and I've been trying to invite him for many, many times. I've been trying to invite him many times, and there's always something. There's always something. I will not say the name unless you say the name yourself. There's always something. There's either something that comes up with health, or with events, or with stuff to happen in life. I don't know. But yeah, if you change your mind, by all means, the door is open. The door is open. He's also another teacher. He's also a PhD student. Okay, so we can learn a lot from this guy. Yeah, we can learn a lot. We can even ask questions to this person, and we can see different perspectives. Yeah. وقت الإصابة بتوقيت لايف. Yeah, exactly. وضواحيه. ان شاء الله. حاليا انا في اجازه، يعني راك تشوف فيا يعني كل يوم، ما دامني كل يوم راني لايف. It means that I'm not in the institute for quite some time now. I'm on a break. I needed this. I really needed this. It turns out that I was exhausted, and I'm human after all, and I need to rest. So I'll be back inshallah in September, and we can talk about that. We can talk about that. So yeah, but I do this. I do this for the fun of it. For me, this is fun. This is relaxing. I love interacting with my students. I love to give something back to the community, to the people here. For دعوات خير فقط. For دعوات خير. Wallahi, I'm not in it. I don't want TikTok to pay me. I don't want that. I'm not interested in that. Okay. Your support, of course, means a lot to me, as always. I don't know. I'm always open to suggestions. If you have any suggestions to make different kinds of content, of lessons, because again, this is not just my account. Okay, this is your area. This is your English area. This is your English spot, and I always listen to you guys, your suggestions in my DMs. People are sending me questions all the time, and I'm answering everything. I even answer them live for these people, so that they are recorded and they get to watch them. And they watch them, by the way. They watch them, they go back to these live streams, they watch them on YouTube, and then they send me private messages. They like things to be private. I don't blame them. That is fine. Okay, that is fine. If you want to stay hidden, if you don't want your name to be shown out there, that is fine. But this is just to show you that it's okay to ask. It is okay to ask. And I will share knowledge with you. I will tell you, try to help you, support you in any way that I can. So feel free to reach out. If you have any suggestions, by all means, send them to me. Send them in my DMs. If you know someone who is also an English teacher, okay, who's also an English teacher maybe, and you want me to invite him as a guest speaker, maybe as a form of a podcast, maybe, so you can ask questions and everything. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We can do that. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Buddha. Hello there. Abu Ayman. للعمل. مرحبا. And hello, Rauda. Welcome to the live stream. يعني اعذروني اليوم يعني I don't think I will be inviting anyone to communicate with me, because I'm really exhausted. I want to go to bed, actually. I want to go to bed. It's midnight. I thought I would have some energy to stay longer, but yes, I should have started. I should have started this live stream earlier. You see, here I'm talking about a regret. It's a regret. I should have started this live stream earlier. But then again, I have to sacrifice Isha prayer, and I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. سمحوا لي يا جماعة الخير. العشاء prayer is very important. It's very important. And it's really important to pray with a group. So I can't sacrifice that. Best I can do is maybe 9:45, something like that. Best I can do. Yes, no problem. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, SA, for being here, for taking the time to stay and have a conversation with us, for hanging out with us. It was a pleasure. I wish you a good night. Sweet dreams. We're done. So we're going to bed, everybody. Yes. للأسف الشديد لا أستطيع يا أبو أيمن للعمل. I am so sorry. يعني your question is not possible. It's not possible. For a short time, it's not possible. You have to put in the work, my friend. You have to put in the effort, and you have to put in the time. So, للأسف الشديد. Everybody wants to speak English in a short time, but realistically, it's not possible. It's not possible. And if there were a magic formula that would make you speak English in a short period of time, I'm ready to pay any amount of money just to know that. I'm ready. I'm ready. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate that. And تعطيكم الصحة. I will see you in another one, inshallah. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum. Take care of yourself. And yeah, maybe we'll meet tomorrow, actually. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll meet tomorrow, inshallah. No, I said if that method existed, if that magic formula existed, I would love, I would love to pay money. I would love to actually pay money to know that method, because I don't know it. Show me that method. It doesn't exist. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Tatikum saha. Have a good night, and I will see you very, very soon. Until next time, this is Mr. Ramzi saying good night and good evening. Hi, salam alaikum everybody. See you in the next one.